Happiness is something we all want, and it's something that we all strive to achieve, to grasp, and to have in our lives more. Society and movies like Pursuit of Happiness taught us that happiness is something that can be obtained, that it's something to be achieved, and that once you've obtained something, a level of success, money, love, friendships, a family, then you achieved and unlocked happiness. But that is just not the case. Happiness is just a feeling, and feelings are a fleeting thing. Feelings come and go, and they are not something that can be permanently achieved. Feelings like happiness, sadness, boredom, whatever the feeling might be, are just feelings that are fleeting and can change moment to moment, and not something that can last a very long time. And we know that feelings are just emotions that we attach a meaning to. So if we feel an emotion and we have our own perception of the feeling of the situation, then the result of that is a feeling. So feelings are just a reflection of our own perception of the world. A person who loves riding a roller coaster might feel happiness while doing it, while the person who is scared of the roller coasters might have a totally different experience. So if we cannot reach a state of happiness, how do we feel happy? Well, this question is simple and difficult to answer at the same time. The truth is, you don't find happiness, you create it. So the advice is simple: change your outlook. And this is a simple answer, but it can be difficult in practice. The fact that we all have choice about how we feel in our current circumstance, and it's true that we wake up and we decide how we want to feel that day, no matter what happens around us. But at the same time, it's so difficult to break all the negative patterns, belief patterns, and negative thoughts that have been going around in our head for our whole life. So in that sense, the pursuit of happiness can be interpreted as a pursuit of a state of mind that is capable of feeling happiness more often. So working on yourself and your negative beliefs, your negative view of the world, or expecting to reach a certain point when you feel okay instead of realizing that that moment will never come, is something that you need to keep in mind. And the first step is acknowledging that you have the power to feel whatever you want to feel. You will not be happy once you reach this goal. You will not be happy once you've accomplished this perfect and obtained this perfect life for yourself. Our feelings are ever changing, and that is okay, because we are fluid, and the whole universe is fluid and constantly in flux and going up and down. But realizing that you have the power, taking a step back and acknowledging that you cannot change and influence everything that goes on in your life, and realizing that your own happiness and well-being doesn't belong in the hands of the other people and in the outside achievement. One of my favorite books is Flow. I really changed my own mindset around happiness and what it means to feel happy every day. And to me, happiness is being in a state of flow and being connected to what you're doing. That point of being content with yourself and what you're doing in the present moment, and what you're striving for and where you want to be, and in working towards that goal is where that sweet spot is, in my opinion. So enjoyment and satisfaction plus dissatisfaction and striving for more and for growth. These two seemingly opposite things are something that is a perfect balance between just doing something because it's enjoyable, and then you feel guilty when you're not doing something you should be doing, and the opposite when you're just pushing yourself without really enjoying the process. And that disconnect is what creates lack of happiness in our lives. So the way I interpret flow is that in every situation, you look at yourself, your present self, and what you feel like it's enjoyable and fun, and also look at your future self and imagining what that person needs from you right now. And that perfect sense of concentration and immersion in doing something is the balancing of the two sides of the long-term growth factor and the present, being present, enjoying the moment. And I believe that is the perfect recipe for flow and for happiness. I want to share with you one of my favorite parts of the book. What I discovered was that happiness is not something that happens. It is not the result of good fortune or random chance. It is not something money can buy or power command. It does not depend on outside events, but rather on how we interpret them. Happiness, in fact, is a condition that must be prepared for, cultivated and defended privately by each person. People who learn to control their inner experience will be able to determine the quality of their lives, which is as close as any of us can come to being happy. Another important part of a happiness recipe for myself that I want to share with you is mindfulness. And mindfulness is a practice that is so important and something that changed my life the most. Practicing mindfulness and just being present is something that truly grounds you in the present moment and disconnects you from all the fantasies and all the noise of your mind. We often live in the past or live in the future, and both of those timelines don't exist right now. And we often get stuck either in past or future and expect to be happy in the present, and that just doesn't work. One of the great books about mindfulness is The Power of Now, and the quote that really resonated with me says, "As soon as you honor the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and life begins to flow with joy and ease. When you act out the present moment awareness, whatever you do becomes imbued with a sense of quality, care, and love, even the most simple action." And I truly believe that we focus too much on the huge goals we have or the special moments and forget all our day-to-day joys and just beautiful things around us that brings happiness if we pay attention. And mindfulness is that, practicing living, because 99% of our lives is all the little things and all the day-to-day stuff. So if we keep living in the future and the past and in the fantasy land and just looking at the goals without being mindful of our road that we take, we can miss out on a lot of things, and we can just waste our lives away without realizing that we could actually be happy. So those are my thoughts about happiness. Let me know yours in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you're new, please consider subscribing and follow me on Instagram at @myshivschool, and send me a DM if you would like to work with me one-on-one. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.